recording in public, recording what you see, whether it's a building, a car, or a woman, a female, or a male. So this topic became important for me to talk about today because of something, because of what's going on with YouTube and so forth and other social media. I want to inform you that there's people who actually record outside. New Jersey law states that any person, actually, I put it up, and one of my videos, it's up right now, one of my shorts, it's up with the actual law about being able to video record anything you want, including a person without their permission, according to New Jersey law. So I actually placed that up in one of my shorts so people can see the law that allows you to record in public, and record what you can see, even if it's a person without their consent. So today, the topic, again, is recording. I have gone into public and I have seen many people, beautiful ladies. And I've looked at them a lot of times and I'm like, whoa, that person is really beautiful. It's like coincidence that I'm saying that and I just passed somebody who I thought that she's just in the store and she was so beautiful a while ago. And so you record the person and you're recording that person because you think they're beautiful. You don't have any ill intent. You don't have any bad intent towards the person. You don't want to commit any crime against the person. You just think that person is beautiful, or there's something about that person that you're like, let me, put this person on recording, basically. But the horrible thing here is when people assume the worst and horrible things about you because you're recording in public, or you see somebody beautiful and you're recording. You can record people. You can have an honorable intent and say, she is beautiful, and you're recording in public without having any kind of bad intent. For instance, like it's happening right now. She just passed and I thought she was really, really beautiful. You don't impute horrible things on persons, like, oh, you're this, you're that. You don't do that, basically, because people, there's good and there's bad in this world. You can see a female and you can say, oh, she's beautiful, and you look at her only as a beautiful human being. You're not looking at her to victimize her, to commit a crime against her, to rape her, to murder her, to do none of those things. I want people to understand good and bad exists in this world, but people only focus on the bad, which means you're demonizing innocent people. Let's say there's 10 people, 10 of them is looking at a female, 5 of them look at her just because she's beautiful, nothing else. Another 5 look at her because they want to rape her. Are you going to demonize all 10 persons for looking just because they look? No, you demonize the persons who only want to rape her, and the other persons who's looking at her as a human being who's beautiful, you don't victimize them. So I'm trying to teach you, viewers, that when you see YouTubers on YouTube, go into public, video taping or recording things in public, the law allows them to do so, and you don't impute wrongdoing on their action because you may not like it, because their intent may not be your dirty, horrible intent that you have in your dirty, good-for-nothing mind, basically. So you find out what's the person's intent first before you impute any nonsense on that person, because that person's mind may not work as dirty as yours. You come from some dirty family or dirty neighborhood and dirty morals. It doesn't mean that that person who's out there recording is doing so. Some people do it because it brings more attention to their channel. Basically, you're doing something and nobody else is watching. You're talking about law, you're talking about criminology, you're talking about finances, and nobody's watching. So you come up with another strategy like, maybe I need to put something a little bit more daring on there to bring more people over. But you don't have any intent of, victimizing people or do anything bad. So you have to get the intent of the person before you conclude incorrectly and impute horrific things upon a person. You have to know intent and don't use your mind and how you think to impute what that person is trying to do. I have seen beautiful women, and I've never once thought, let me victimize that person. I look at women and I'm like, wow, she's beautiful, she's gorgeous, and nothing else comes to my mind. Nothing else. In some situation, it may be, wow, if I have a wife as beautiful as her, something respectful like that. But I've never had any of those dirty, low class nonsense that some of these people think that because you're recording in public where you're allowed to record, and you see people and you may think it might be interesting to others to see that you're thinking all kind of dirty things. I think you can admire a woman's face. I think you can admire a woman's curve. I think you can admire a woman and just simply say, she's beautiful, she's gorgeous, she have a nice figure, she have a nice face, she have a nice hand, she have a nice booty, she have a nice whatever it is that she have a nice of, and it's only that you're thinking about in that way because it's God's creature. You look at me and you say, oh, he's handsome, or he has a nice dark complexion, I love it, or he's muscular. It's just that. It doesn't mean you want to commit a crime, a vicious crime against me or against that beautiful young lady. You people have to clear their mind and start to think in a more decent way and understand that good and bad exist in this world. It's not just bad. So when people are in public viewing people or maybe record something, don't think they're doing so for a bad motive. Don't impute that type of things on a person. Some people don't think like you. I've seen beautiful people that I'm like, I wish other people see her. I wish other people see how gorgeous she is, or something, like that, basically. So again, the New Jersey law, and I posted on one of my shorts, provide you with the law that says you can record anything in public, even a person, without their consent. And I'm not saying that in some situation it's not inappropriate. It may be legal, but it's not inappropriate. But it's inappropriate. I'm saying that if that happened and the person doesn't stop recording, well, it's their right. I wouldn't want them to do so. And or you meet a lady and she may be thinking that she's not appropriately, she doesn't look the way she wants to look on a recording, so she doesn't want to be on the recording. I understand that. I really understand that. But if that other person who's recording is like, oh, I'm still going to record no matter what, then you just have to be like, you know what, let me just walk off and leave it there. Do not get vicious, start fight, impute nonsense and all kind of things on a person. You don't do so. For me, I'll just walk off. I may not want to be recorded now because I don't look appropriate and the person's still recording. I will walk off. I will walk away. But don't be there imputing wrongdoing in a person because they're recording a beautiful woman in public. It could just be something as innocent as she is beautiful. Nothing more than she is beautiful. Why can't there be good and bad? Why is it always bad? Why is it always about raping? Why is it always about kidnapping? Why is it always about some evil thing? Why can't we look at each other and respectfully say, she is beautiful, he is beautiful, they're beautiful? Why can't we do things like that and love each other? Why do we have to impute wrongdoing? And I'm telling you this, some of the worst people are our own black people. Our own black people are some of the worst human beings on earth. They will try to bring you down quicker than anybody else tried to bring you down, basically. I'm telling you that. So when you go to the hoods, you have to be careful because they're the worst. As a black person, your own black person are the worst human being that will impute things on you that never even crossed your mind or ever be in your class. I am a crime victim advocate. I represent victims of crimes, victims of rape, victims of murder, which is their family member who will survive, or attempted murder, victims of kidnapping, victims of domestic abuse. That's how I made my living. That's how I'm able to live in a wealthy neighborhood, because I help victims get the benefits that they deserve. I will never, ever victimize another human being. Ever. I frown upon that, basically. So I will never, ever do that. But I also want you to understand that when you're looking at people in public, you're looking at a young lady, she may be beautiful. It doesn't mean that you want to commit any kind of crime against that person. You can look at a lady and say, wow, she's beautiful, without having bad intent. So I'm trying to let you people know that YouTubers who are in public recording, it doesn't mean they want to commit a crime against you, because you're outside using your eyes and looking, or you're recording and you see somebody beautiful that you think will get you views, so you can get money, you can get paid for people wanting, for people finding whatever you put up to be interesting. And that might be a beautiful lady, that might be a beautiful guy, that might be whatever it is that is in public, that is gorgeous, that is beautiful, that is interesting. It doesn't mean that you intend to commit some kind of horrific act against another. So this is an important topic that I want you guys to understand, and I want you to participate. I need people to comment and participate in this discussion. We're going to talk about this today. I'm on Chatham Main Road, walking up and down, giving you guys a live view and having a discussion with you, and you can comment back about this topic. See, these are businesses here. On these businesses, there are cameras outside. So technically, you are being recorded if you're outside. So if a YouTuber is walking around and recording, you're already on recording. If a police officer approaches you and turn the camera on, you can't go up and try to fight them, or saying that they're recording you because they want to rape you. You're saying that to a police. Why would you say that to a citizen, basically? So you have to use common sense. That reminds me of another topic that came up today. I was watching a YouTube. The lady was outside and her dress was short. And I was like, oh my goodness, people were like, you need to cover up, you need to cover up, you need to cover up. But then I was like, okay, she needs to cover up because she have a short dress on. But guess what? When she's at the beach, she has a less than the short dress. The beach is outside, just like where she was in the short dress was outside. The beach, you can use your eyes and see, just like where she was in the short dress, you can use your eyes and see. So why tell people they need to cover up when their dress is short, but when they're at a beach, which is outside, just like anything else, you're not telling them to cover up. Outside is outside. Eyes are eyes. People can see, people can see. People can record, people can record. So watch the logic. If you're going to tell people their dress is too short when they're outside, then you have to tell them to not wear bathing suit when they're at the beach outside. It's the same exact thing. Every situation is open. The general public can see. The general public can record. The general public can see what they're wearing. If it's at a beach, their bathing suit, people can see at the beach that they have on a bathing suit. If they're going to the club, while they're going to the club and the dress is short, people can see the dress is short. So, like, I'm trying to show society that the way they think can be so ignorant. Basically, you can't complain a person's dress is short, but don't complain when they're in the beach with a bathing suit. They're both public areas. They both have eyes. Children is at the beach. Children is at the street. Cameras is at the beach. Cameras is at the street. So technically, why are we this way? Are we just ignorant people? Are we just not using wisdom and logic anymore? You know, if you're going to ban short dress, you have to ban bathing suit at the beach. Because everybody can see at the beach just like they can see on the street, right? Yes or no? I need a comment. I need a comment on these topics. So these are topics and discussion that I want people to have to make our society a better society. If you have this discussion, crime rate, and we discuss them properly, crime rate will drop. People will be able to interact better. People will understand their rights and what they can and cannot do, which means what? Less argument, less fights, less crime. And as a criminologist, a dude with a bachelor's and master's in criminology, these are some of the things that I've researched and realized what we need to do to bring down crime, to bring down deviant behavior, to bring down people behaving in certain ways by educating them about thinking in a logical way. Nothing, after you start thinking in a logical way, certain things won't bother you anymore. You won't get angry easily anymore because you understand the logic of things, basically. So these are the topics that we need to have. I'm here. I'm waiting for comment on these topics, for you to tell me what you think and what you feel pertaining to this topic. Again, stop imputing wrong and bad on people without knowing what their intent is. Stop doing so. Stop doing this nonsense. Stop imputing wrong and bad on people and you don't know what their intent is. A person can see you in public and a person can admire and say this person is beautiful or not. It doesn't mean that they have bad motive, for you, basically. It doesn't mean that they intend to cause harm or hurt. So you can't look at these things the way your mind works. You have to look at it the way their mind works, meaning what are their intent? What are they planning to do? If you work with your mind, knowing some of you are from the ghetto, from the hood, with no education, with no class, you're basically going to impute those things about you on the other person. All right? And that's what I really don't want. And that's what the innocent person shouldn't get. So I'm telling you to change these ways about yourself. Change these ways about how you think. Change it. All right, I see two new persons. I don't know what part you heard, but today's discussion is about going to places, recording, and New Jersey law, and actually the entire U.S. laws. You can record anything, any person without their consent outside, anything from outside from plain view. But there's some people who like to use the words of rape and crime and pedophile and all kind of horrific, horrible words against YouTubers who literally is trying to do what they can legally and morally to make a living by posting videos and entertaining and having people watch and see what they're seeing, what they're allowed to show people. But then there's some uneducated people who think when you're in public recording that your intention is bad or not honorable or something like that. So today's live is about that topic. You can record in any state of the US, and I think even overseas, to a lot of the overseas country, even it's a person without their consent, but you can do so lawfully, and the other person should not impute, or your intention is to commit a crime against that person, to kidnap, to rape, or anything like that. I've actually heard YouTubers getting accused of nonsense like that, and all you're doing is you're trying to get content to entertain, content so that you can make a living on YouTube, because believe it or not, YouTube pays well based on views. You get good views, you're gonna get pretty decent pay. So don't think that people are doing that and publicizing it and they have an intent to commit a crime. That's the dumbest thing. How are you gonna record it, put it on YouTube so everybody can see that it's you, and then you're gonna go and commit a crime? The safest person on this earth that you can be around is a YouTuber, because he or she's documenting everything that they're doing in public, which means there's highly likely no chance of them intending to commit any kind of crime or victimize another person. So you have to use common sense. Maybe that's, again, my bachelor's and my master's in criminal justice. And I'm not saying that to be boastful. I'm saying that to show you how of an expert I am in behavior and thinking. So now I'm teaching you guys, the ignorant ones, not the smart, intelligent people and viewers. I'm talking about the ignorant, negative one, about who are you most likely to be safe around. The guy who you can't see recording you and doing everything privately or and secretly, or the person who's openly recording because they have no ill will, they have no bad intent, they're trying to get content to make a living on YouTube, basically. So stop posting all those negative nonsense comment about pedophile and rapists and all the nonsense that they do to YouTubers, basically. Again, I'm a crime victim advocate. I represent victims of crimes. I represent them, help them get U.S. crime victim visa and green card. I also help them get U.S. crime victim funds, money. Some state up to 120,000 US dollars, other states 60,000, and so forth. I also help them get other social services benefits. Nobody hates criminals more than me, especially criminals that commit vicious and violent crimes, rape, kidnapping, molesting children, all those things. I hate those behaviors. I hate them. I will prosecute them. But my point is, stop imputing wrong on the innocent ones, because bad exists doesn't mean that everybody is bad or every situation is bad. Just like bad exists, good exists also. And you have to remember, good exists also, and not just bad. Every person you meet, their only response is bad, 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 bad. It's never, ever, ever good. Never good. Never. Always bad. And I'm trying to teach people to think differently. So my channel is about teaching you guys, society, how to think in a different, positive way and not just all negatively. Because positive exists too. Good people exist just like bad people exist. But society always think only bad people exist. There's people that can look at somebody and say, oh my goodness, that person is beautiful. And there's nothing else the person is thinking about in their mind other than that person is beautiful. So again, recording in public is about finding interesting things or things that you believe people will want to see, and you will get a few views. And when you get a few views, what you get? A few dollars. And then you can use that dollar to help others, to help yourself, to make a difference, basically. This is what my channel is about. Trying to find interesting things, whether it's a beautiful woman, a nicely shaped woman, or a funny person, or a unique situation, or something that I find interesting, basically. You know, I do that. Even sometimes I see a beautiful woman, I just think she's beautiful, but you know what I'm thinking mostly? I'm thinking my viewers probably want to see her, and if my viewers want to see her, they're going to watch, and then I'm going to be paid by YouTube. I am not even thinking about that woman for myself. I'm thinking about YouTube, and there's certain type of woman that you don't even put your hopes high or even think about that, because they're ghetto. Certain women, the ghetto, the big booty ghetto, good for nothing, in the hood, you know, making nothing of themselves other than thinking the booty will help them. And, you know, the big booty help them, but they're nothing. They're in the hood, the ghetto, achieving nothing in life just being moved from man to man to man and using their body. That's why they got the surgery, to try to get a come up from men. So I'm not looking at them for dating or to be with. I'm just showing certain people because it's interesting entertainment. It get my views up so that I can make a living from YouTube. And my main goal was to do that was, if I get some subscribers, some viewers, then I will be able to monetize my channel and talk about what I really want to talk about, which is law. I'm a law nerd. I want to talk about law every day. I want to talk about being financially responsible every day. Those are the topics that I genuinely love and I want. There's nothing else that I want to talk about on this channel than law. I wish I could talk about all law, but I know I'm using this strategy to get eyes to my channel, to get attention to my channel, and then I can then share information. Because you know what? I'm a black guy, so most people are not going to look at me to hire me easily as a black guy, working, in law, in the legal field, as a professional, as a person with a completed law school, law degree, took the bar, passed a bar. Person's not going to look at you because you're black, and maybe your office is not as big as the one in the big city or something like that. So they look at stuff like that to make decisions, and that's how ignorant people are a lot. So my channel is also about teaching people to think in a logical, intelligent way. That's what my channel is about, teaching you to think in an intelligent way. Again, topics like today, I was watching the video with the girl in a short dress, and all the messages was, her dress is too short, it's too short, people need to cover up, it should be a thing to cover up. But then you go to the beach, the same people were saying you need to cover up, go to the beach and wear a bathing suit. One, the beach is a public place where you can shoot your camera, where you can record, where children go to, where eyes are there. So if you can wear a bathing suit which is shorter than a short dress in public there, then how logically is it different to be able to wear a short dress on the street, which is public also? Eyes are there, children can be there, just like at the beach. People can record there, just like at the beach. What's the difference? Help me to understand the logic of it. And don't say one is for this or one is for that. All of them are public places. All of them anybody can go publicly. All of them you can record. It doesn't matter what you label them. It doesn't change the fact it's a public place that people can see you. So if you're in a bathing suit, they can see you just like when you're wherever in public in your short dress. And that's the point. The point is seeing you. You can be seen in both situations. So why is it different? There's no difference. We, society, just make stupid rules and look at things in a stupid way. So you're either gonna ban short dresses and bathing suit, but you can't talk down on one and still doing the other, because they're the both. They're the same thing. Eyes will see you. That's the problem they had with short dresses. Eyes will see you. It's not modest. A bathing suit isn't modest either. A short dress isn't modest either. They're the same exact thing. It's like sin. You're saying one sin is better than the other sin. All sin are sin. You, as a congressman, cheating on your wife is as horrible sin as the gay people sleeping with each other. And I'm against all of them. One sin is the next. Is a sin. So if we start to think in a logical way, conflict will decrease. Persons will not argue and get irate and angry easily because they realize, oh my goodness, you know what? I'm doing this or I'm doing that. Or this is not my right and that's their right. Or this situation is like this situation here. So then guess what? You don't argue much anymore because you realize that it's not your right. It's not your right that if somebody's in public recording, you may not like it, but at times you have to learn to be like, you know what? They can do it. They can legally do it. Morally, they can do it. Let me just walk away. Let me not do a drive-by and kill. Let me not argue. Let me not fight. Let me not impute wrongdoing on the person because they're doing something they can publicly do and they can do as a human being, and you don't know what their intent is to doing it. You don't know what their motive is. So you let them and you walk away from trouble. You've got to know when to hold, know when to walk away, know when to run. Count your money while living. Something. Kenny Rogers, my favorite artist. You have to know when to walk away. That's all I'm teaching you guys and the public. Know when to walk away from trouble. Know when to walk away from problems. Not everything should be a problem. It doesn't have to be a problem. Some things you use analysis and you say, you know what? It's his right or her right. Let them do it. I may not like it personally, but let them do what they can lawfully do, even though I may not like it. So please stop imputing wrongdoing and horribleness on innocent people. Please. I'm doing this YouTube and I'm coming up with ways to get viewers. I need the viewers. I want and need to make a living. I want and need to teach people about law. I want to teach people about interacting with each other without violence, without problems, without trouble. I want to teach people that people can do certain things and have honorable intent. Like another example I'll give you. A guy approach you and he wants to sleep with you right away the same day. Another guy approach you and he wants to sleep with you the same day also. One approach you and want to sleep with you on the same day because he wants to marry you, because he loves you, find you attractive, and he really want to be with you honorably. The other person approach you and want to sleep with you, but he doesn't want to be with you. He's just a player. Both persons want to do the same exact thing, which is sleep with you, but one of them have an honorable intent. They also want to marry you, while the other doesn't, just want to use you and move on to the next woman. So you can't use the action to determine the person's intent. You have to learn what the person's intent is. You can't impute your thoughts on what they intend. Find out from them what their intent is and not just crucify somebody because of their action, because you don't know why they're doing it. You don't know why the person is recording in public. You don't know why a person approached you respectfully. You don't know why. So you have to look at things in a wise way, with wisdom, with intelligence, with empathy, with caution, with a ratiocinative mind to conclude and understand what is going on. Just don't use your hood, ghetto, emotional baggage, uneducated, evil, immoral beliefs and impute it on somebody else without knowing for certain, with a high degree of certainty, why that person is doing what they're doing. If we stop victimizing each other, this world is going to be better, less crime, less violent, more working together. All we have to do is start to think logically, start to love each other, start to trust in each other, start to have a little bit more faith in each other, start to be more logical. That's all I'm asking the subscribers and viewers to do. Please, I'm telling you, I've never had any horrible thoughts. Never thought to criminalize, to victimize any person. Never crossed my mind. I don't know if that's normal or I'm a saint, but has never once crossed my mind. And I pray to God it never does. I'm using whatever strategy I have to bring attention to my channel, basically, but for good purpose, an honorable purpose. And seeing beautiful women and beautiful people and admiring them doesn't mean you want to rape them or kill them or other embarrassing things I'm so ashamed to even say based on some of the people's reaction. You can see God's creation and admire it in an honorable way. You can see a beautiful woman and just say she's beautiful with no other horrible thoughts. You can just simply do that. Sometimes I see women and I'm like, oh my goodness, she is so beautiful. You know, you just want to stare, but nothing beyond she's beautiful. Wow, she is so gorgeous. Oh, wow, she's so beautiful. I wish she was my wife. I wish she was my girlfriend so I can go and show her off to the world proudly. I've had that, but never to victimize any person. Never will. Never will. So you guys shouldn't do it to anybody else. I needed to give this speech. I needed to do this documentary, this video. You need to listen to this video. And you need to stay away from those hood too. Those hood women, they're ignorant and they don't think. Those people in the hood. So if you guys, I see there's two. If you guys heard the topic and want to participate, I'm here. I'm here to listen. You can participate in this discussion. It's Women's Month. We're in Women's Month, and I want to celebrate Women's Month by admiring beautiful women, by going up to beautiful women and asking questions and interacting in a friendly, nice, even sometimes a funny way to make viewers laugh and even to make the person, the female that I approach, laugh or interact or have a nice discussion about a topic. That's what my channel is, and that's how I intend to make a decent living also on this channel, along using that and also talking about law and financial responsibility strategies. So please comment, let me know what's going on. I'm here. Yeah, any response? Today's topic, recording in public and respecting women and admiring women without having any evil or horrible thoughts while viewing them or recording in public, and so forth. That's what this topic is about today. So we are going to have this discussion. We're going to have this discussion. I'm going to wait a little bit to see if anybody else come on and continue this topic, or this might be the end, because I believe that I've said some of the most important things that I was planning on saying. I believe I've said it, and I want this video to be available for everybody to see and hear. Again, from today, what you need to understand is people have the right to record. According to New Jersey law and all state law, in the US, any person can record in public, and any person that is available in public that does not have a reasonable belief that, or could not have a reasonable belief of any rights to privacy at that time. So that's one. And the other is not to impute wrongdoing on persons who are in public recording, because it's their right. And also, you can admire a beautiful lady without thinking anything criminal, without thinking that you want to victimize, and you can just look at her or even record her because you have the right to, but you have no bad intent. You just think she's beautiful. Like, for instance, you know that video of the police officer that went viral? She was gorgeous. The beautiful police officer. You can do that. You have the right to do so. I'm pretty sure now she's so happy. She was like, seemed annoyed by it, but it went viral and everybody loved her. Everybody's like, oh my goodness, that's the most beautiful police officer I've ever seen. And you get a big career. You get promotion. You be placed in a movie. You get to be placed in a music video. You get your own YouTube channel because people love you now. You have your own YouTube channel and you're now making hundreds of thousands of dollars from YouTube. So there's opportunities that you can get from such exposure. So let people do what they can legally do. Let them do what they can legally do and stop, picking fights. Just let people exercise their rights as humans. Please. Let people exercise their rights as human beings. So somebody send me a response and let me know. Mexican Grill. All right, I'm close to the vehicle, so I guess this video will be the last few minutes of the video, and I'm actually very hungry, so I need to get food. Also, I need to get food. I don't know what I'm gonna eat, but I'm so hungry right now. I'm gonna go and order something, not sure what. But just respect people, respect people. Have a little bit more faith in mankind. Have more faith in mankind and don't assume negative on people. There's some people with good heart, genuinely good, decent heart, who are doing what they can legally and morally to make a living or to get their business established, basically, and using different strategies. Have a little bit of positiveness towards people that you see. It will take you far. I promise you that. This is a promise that I'm giving you. I have the authority to give you that promise because I also believe in God. And there's some things that I believe that He gives me and us the authority to promise. And one of them is, I promise you that if we're better to each other, things will be better. I promise you that. So let's start thinking positively and in a caring and logical manner. It's going to make society better. If we were thinking in a positive manner, I'm pretty sure this election would have been a very easy election to decide, because if we were thinking positively, we would know which party to elect. to vote for. We would know because the positive vibe will let you know who is the right person, who is more conducive to peace, love, kindness, togetherness. Which one is more important? But we're not thinking, and the sign is clear. America right now is not thinking caringly, positively, logically, reasonably, prudently, objectively, and that's why things are so difficult. People who's saying, to hate are actually winning election. People were literally telling you to hate. People that are telling you not to believe that children was, hurt at a school shooting they're winning elections. And they're telling you that innocent children that was killed in a school shooting didn't occur. And they still win. So do you think that America right now is thinking in a loving, positive, kind, caring way when people like that are thinking in the manner in which they're thinking? No. And I guess my channel will try to make you guys start to think with love, with logic, with care, with empathy, in an objective way, in a reasonable way. I'm gonna try to teach you what I know, and you can teach me too. We're gonna interact. I'm gonna learn from you. You're gonna learn from me. So you can teach me, and I can teach you, so we can better ourselves. We can be better people. We need to interact with each other. We need to think more positively of each other. We need to support each other more. We need to do these things. Like right now, we need this. This country needs this, and I love this country. This country have helped me to achieve so many things in life that I could not have achieved in in the places of origin. I could not. It was practically impossible. The legal term is, it was impossible. That's a legal term. And another legal term is impractical. It was impractical to achieve what I've achieved in the other countries, or a lot of other countries, and one specifically that's in my mind right now. So let's start to think positively. We can do it. I'm pretty sure we can think positively. So I want to thank you guys for listening and watching. And I want more people to listen and watch my channel. And my channel is about teaching us to think in a positive way, with love, in a reasonable manner, logically, caringly, and so forth. So thank you guys. Remember to subscribe. Remember to send other people to my channel. Remember to view. Remember my channel, where positivity try to get rid of negativity, where legality meets morality. My channel. Subscribe. Take care. Thanks.